Okay.
And Black is there trying to trade, but not a lot of HP is gone for either side.
Yeah, this is so as long as the Xavier is in a very long distance. I would have preferred the Sicilian a little bit more, but it makes sense considering that Myanmar's composition does have this near-range composition that requires assistance when it comes to retreating.
Yeah, the way that Myanmar is drafting is kind of like they're saying, we won't move, you guys move, because they're going to open the real-world manipulation, making them choose whether they want to fight in the real-world manipulation or they're going to run away. And if they run away, Grok and Hilda are very fast. Despite their size, they're actually very fast. And they can chase after them, and then it's going to be very difficult for them to actually take down both of these tanks, which can do a lot of damage. And now Myanmar batting out the Karina does kind of show. I really like it, just because Karina is good against high HP heroes, as well as, oh, your Eve is standing there with the real manipulation. Well, I guess I'm going to go in. What are you going to do to stop me? So
exactly.
It's a very good ban.
Yeah, I think the Karina ban is just amazing. But what's really surprising for me was that Team Laos opted to ban the Dirov, considering that it's very highly unlikely that Team Myanmar is going to go for it. However,
hey,
is it a
Direct jungle? It could still happen.
Yeah, I get it. No, Direct jungle is okay, but wouldn't it be better to have a Direct matchup against an Esmeralda over a Direct jungle?
But overall, right now, we can see Laos, what is going to be their final ban over here up against Myanmar, and they're going to ban out the carry.
Beautiful. That's smart.
As of right now, we can see that everyone is on top of their game. Everyone has researched all of the teams coming in. And Myanmar right now, I would say, in terms of damage, they don't have it enough in abundance. I want to see what is their main DPS hero, their main damage per second hero. As of right now, they don't have a lot of burst as well, unless, yes, the Grok goes full damage, then he will have a little bit of burst damage, but once he has his either his Blade of Despair or he finishes his Hunter Strike first.
I believe right now Team Myanmar, they're lacking in terms of chip damage when it comes to chipping away Esmeralda, right? Laos, they've got two very strong late game heroes, a lot of damage coming from Xavier, a lot of tanky sustains from Esmeralda, but as of yet, Team Myanmar, they need a I would say a strong marksman that can peel away the shields. I would say the jungle boxer is an okay way to deal with the counter negate with the shield regeneration, but it's still not a final solution there, because the marksman that they need, or maybe even actually you think about it, all those isn't exactly too bad as well.
Okay, so
if they decide to go for it,
if Laos they don't draft a good crowd control hero that has a knockup, it could be a good situation for Myanmar to actually pick up the Claude, where if on the side of Laos they just have a lot of HP, then Claude, the Demon, the Sword, as well as the Golden Staff, he can melt everyone. And since Xavier does not have any skills to run away, it's potentially a very good pick. So right now we see Laos, they don't have knockup as of right now, and they have no crowd control.
Wow, Team Laos.
If Myanmar takes the Claude here, it's not gonna lie, it's looking very good.
Yeah, I kind of like it as well. I see where you're getting as well in terms of peel and potential, but Team Laos, they're opting to play a very similar variation of their drafts, similar to Team Philippines, which was very difficult to pull off in game number 1 against Team Malaysia. But now, doing this again, I'm looking forward to see how they pull it off, because this is a very difficult draft to pull off, and like we said as well, we don't exactly have a lot of information in their playstyles and drafts, and currently for them to demonstrate it right here right now, that's the beauty about SEA Games. It's all about adapting, it's all about learning from the best, and using the best weapons out there is the way to win.
And remember, if they don't want the Claw, they can still pick up the Popokupa or the Clint. Not gonna lie, I did not really expect for the Clint, but as of right now, Team Myanmar, it looks like they're building a wall, and then they're just creating space for the Clint, which, to be fair, from the side of Laos, the only one that can really penetrate is the Esmeralda, where she can jump over them, but
maybe even the Balmon as well.
Yeah, maybe even the Balmon, or just hoping for a good snipe coming in from Xavier. But overall, I feel like both of the teams, they just want to stick together, and they just want to fight. So who can survive the longest? That's going to be the potential winner of this match.
Yep, I'm looking forward to see how this best of 2 series as well. And of course, for these guys just tuning in, they are going to be playing a best of 2 series in a group stage format, as they are looking to secure as many wins as possible to secure their top 2 spot by the end of today to decide whether or not they advance in towards the final stage. As of yet, representing from Team Laos, we have J4 Zbin, JVCKKK, Jack, also known as Jack. Too easy for Lexi. XO Soul, as well as who did I miss? Biston, coming from Laos.
And from the side of Myanmar, they have Black, Beno, Oh My Jenny, PS, as well as Gumi. Right now, Myanmar, their composition is actually very, very interesting, where they prioritize on defensive capabilities and then just hoping for the damage coming in from Oh My Jenny as well as Gumi. We have to see whether it will pay off or not.
Yep, seems like Team Myanmar, they're hoping to have Black with the Hilda going for those early invades. However, we are going to be having a little bit of pause here to try and figure out what is up, because it seems like I do see a little bit invades coming in with the Hilda. But at the same time, is it the wise choice? Because they have an Angela, which does able to sustain through the shields coming in from the harassments of the Hilda itself.
Not to mention where Angela can give a lot of slow early in the early stages of the game, and with that slow, it can potentially punish where it's like, oh, I can run away, I have enough movement speed, and it's like, wait, this is not the movement speed that I remember, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you just get chunked out, especially because she can spam her first skill 4 times in a row. So right now we are gonna take a short pause for this technical issue, but no worries, this is the SEA Games where we really want to make sure all of our athletes are performing in the best possible conditions. So the marshals over there will make sure that everything is performing optimally, and then we will continue with the match between Laos and Myanmar.
Yeah, we would like to have the integrity ensured as well. We understand that things like this is very, very important. It needs to be resolved to make sure that everyone is fair gameplay, because a lot is on the line and there is a lot of national pride involved. And seeing how the match has happened so far, I feel like the match itself with the Hilda invades is very, very important. But at the same time, coming in from Laos, it's more about surviving the initial engagements. Hilda, extremely aggressive, extremely strong, able to get early pickoffs. But if you do not give away pickoffs like that and scale into the middle stage game, they do tentatively have the capabilities to scale pretty hard and take advantage of the mobilities and slows of the hard guard and pair it up with the Balmond, just run over I would say isolated heroes in the team fights.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of scaling for both these teams, I think it's very safe to say that I feel like both teams have an opportunity to scale, because I somehow have the feeling that this will not be a short game. I feel like this game will go the distance, and Laos and Myanmar, right now, looking at how the composition is, I kind of do hope that Myanmar pushes a little bit more heavily just because they have a lot of bodies in front. If they don't, I kind of feel like they're losing their own win condition, where you have a very, very unique advantage where you can just do a lot of here. And right now we can see where it's easy for Lexi and Black is there trying to trade, but not a lot of HP is gone for either side.
Yeah, this is so smart coming from Team Laos, right? You can see the invades from Hilda. As long as you sustain all this annoyance, even with this sustains, as long as you do not die, you're gonna be fine. However, here comes the play coming from Baxia. That is gonna be Pia's punished for his greediness play, and Team Laos is gonna get a very, very nice convincing first blood.
Yeah, and that is a situation where you have to ask yourself, was it worth it or not? Because as of right now, Myanmar, we can see that what they're trying to do is control the jungle, but you're up against a Balman, which I kind of feel like even without those orange and purple buffs, it's not the end of the world compared to when they're using an assassin jungler. So I feel like, is it worth it for you to secure the orange buff and then die? I'm not sure.
Now, that's the thing, right? It's interesting enough that PS thought that he would be having the upper hand just because in terms of clear speed, but what he did not expect is that Balmond is able to equally match his pace. But now with the Toys for Song coming in, going for an early invade into a JVCK, knowing that Team Laos doesn't have the damage to punish this reduction coming in, he is going to get another kill. So very, very nice pick off coming for Team Myanmar.
Yeah, overall, we can see what they're trying to do is actually just control the jungle. And from the side of Laos, they're just trying to survive as long as they can. I feel like in terms of scaling, as we talked about before, is doing very well. And Myanmar, I do want them to play a lot more aggressively. And over here, 4 against 1. What is J Vorbin going to do? And he's going to die over there. The kill going over to the Hilda. And now Myanmar just going to focus on the turtle, and it's going to be a free turtle for them.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. You know, Jay's been tried to go for a little bit of aggression. He wanted to get greedy by cutting on recruit waves. forced rotations down bottom. However, not able to capitalize on the other side of the lane because the matchups with the marksman for Gumi as well as Biston seems to be at a stalemate. So that's going to be a death for absolutely no trade at all coming from Team Laos.
And right now in Myanmar, we can see how they rotate. They try to control each portion of the map one at a time. First, they focus on the bottom side of the map. Right now, they're focusing on the top side of the map. I feel like for the side of Laos, they really should try to get this Beatrix ahead because once she has an advantage, I feel like Laos can really play off of that very, very well and try not to give too much advantage overall over to Gumi. So I don't know. They can do that or they just try to stall. Stall as long as they can. I feel like that is an option as well because I'm really not sure Myanmar in the late stages of the game, do they have enough damage or not?
Well, seems like it is all about waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Team Myanmar playing a bit safe, wants to secure their marksman's economy before transitioning into the next fight. 51 seconds left before this next transition. You can see everyone is trying to get forced reactions. As you can see, the annoyance coming in from Black is not triggering Team Laos enough to force a reaction. However, they do force out the divide. Oh my goodness, what is going on as well? Because oh my Jenny, he's surviving it all. He's gonna force a fight coming from Lexi, and he's gonna be caught out in the open as well with the Toys Persons coming in. But from the side, J4Z Bin, Woe coming for a stalling Starmoon and take off Jenny. And at the same time, they are gonna trade two of their bodies. Not exactly sure was it worth it, but Myanmar, they're gonna be happy about this play.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for interrupting just now. I legit thought the Dawning Light was gonna be enough for it to secure a kill, but actually managing to survive that long, Laos really wanted that kill, overextended, and giving more and more over to the side of Myanmar. And this is why I say I wanted Myanmar to be a lot more aggressive, just because they have this natural advantage. They have this unfair advantage where tanky heroes, they don't need that much items in the early stages of the game. And look at that. Man actually does a lot of damage to Social, where again, as we talked about, he does do a lot for the team, but he tends to overextend. And going up against a damaged Delagral, you have to be careful of that. And speaking of which, she just got picked off by Oh My Jenny.
Oh, that's a huge pick off coming over by Jenny as well. He's got the sprint. He was able to position himself to actually catch up. So now, with that kill, are they going to be able to transition here? Mid lane pressure is off the mark, and we are going to be hitting the 5-minute mark. So this is go time to actually chunk in towards turret themselves, but unfortunately they are going to be playing it safe. It seems like based on Team Myanmar's position, they're going to be prioritizing and making sure that Gumi has a very, very smooth sailing punch. However, looks like the engagement comes up top as well. Biston is going to be the way to go. Do they want to go for GVCK or is it going to be Biston? Biston can harass his way through, but they are still trying to bait the hard guard coming from Laos. But apparently not happening as Team Myanmar is slowly getting a little bit greedy in zone control, but it's all good. Forcing reactions is the way to go.
Yeah, I feel like with all the tankiness that they have, I feel like it is the right play because the longer they save, the more they say that's gonna happen. And then Jacob, they're managing to get away just because Xavier got that crucial stun on the side of Myanmar. So right now, they are looking for mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, too easy for Lexi managing to get out of that mistake. But
it was so close coming from Jack. That should not have been possible, but at the same time, Myanmar has gotta force reactions. That's the way to go. Big space, take away aggression from the other side of the map, makes it easier for either the Boxer to get some sort of economy, but as of yet, objectives is going to be the big goal. 20 seconds for the next hurdle up top. Seems like Myanmar, they are going to be going for the lane swap with the marksman down bottom so that the rest of these four members is going to be contesting the turtle up top.
Yeah, right now we can see Myanmar, they do rotate a lot, but their rotation hasn't really been fruitful. And that's why we can see, yes, they are winning in terms of gold advantage, but it's really not that big. 17,000 over to 18,000, more or less just 1,000 gold difference. I feel like it's still quite heavily, I would say that it's still advantageous for Laos just because, like, yeah, we are losing, but losing by just 1,000 gold, it's not the end of the world. I feel like they're still fine, especially with Beatrix scaling up. I just feel like, in a way, Beatrix should scale better than Clint. Clint has a lot of burst damage, but just the fact that Beatrix can win in terms of range with the sniper or with the AoE, with the Nibiru's Passion, everything like that. She has more tools compared to Clint. So I don't know. It's just my personal opinion.
I definitely agree. I feel like Beatrix does have a little bit more damage output when it comes to teamfight potential. But I feel like Clint is a little bit more survivable compared to the Beatrix itself. So there is going to be a little bit of priority in terms of choosing their fights, right? Do you want to go for a wombo combo, or do you want to go for a pick-off potential, which is something that Clint is very, very good at, just because of how he's able to spam his skills time and time again and extend his additional reach. It's kind of like a mini Layla on steroids. So it's a little bit different compared to the usual playstyle.
Yes.
But now, without further ado, we're going to be jumping straight into the game as well. As you can see, Team Myanmar, they are looking to go for the invades. As you can see, they have a front tank, right? But a big dotting light comes in. They are going to go for Jenny, and the sprint coming from Jenny is going to keep him alive. However, they will lose Beno in the process.
Yeah, we can see how Laos, they actually responded very well. It's like, oh yeah, you guys are coming into a very, very tight spot. And then the AoE damage coming in from Biston as well as too easy for Lexi. Remember, they have to be careful. It's like, yes, for now, you guys are getting away with a lot of these aggressive plays, but try not to do that a little bit too much. Right now, it's 8 minutes in the game. It's fine, but coming into the 20-minute mark is going to be very, very dangerous. So from the side of Laos, we can definitely see that in terms of scaling up, they're doing very well, especially since Biston have not died yet.
Agreed. This is going to be very, very hard to actually play with, but as of yet, PS opening up the map a little bit more. They are going to sync up the lanes before heading towards the Lord Pool, but it's all about going for the patience game. However, Lexi does reveal that he does have the Radiant armor in the process, so the Eve is going to be having a little bit more of a rougher spot to get off pickoffs if he accidentally hits on towards the Balmond. But seems like the Lord Starts are going to be coming in as Myanmar trying to force a couple of reactions, but Team Laos, are they ready to fight? Seems like, yes, making an attempt. They want to go for the dive with Lexi, but they force the hard guard, and immediately when they see the hard guard, they back off. They are going to bait this out and draw this out.
Oh, but we're looking at this where a lot of missed opportunities coming side for Laos as well as Myanmar, where a lot of ultimates are used very, very early on. And look at that, Beno taking a lot of damage as the drop. Right now, he has to go, but in the bottom side of the map, Jasmine has no problem just taking the turret for herself. So right now, Laos, I would say they're in an advantageous position. They did not waste time. They got an objective over that.
Yeah, they messed up the hard guard of timing as well, but Myanmar looks like they are going to try and take the Lord finally, as they know they are split off as well. Jack needs to make a run for his life. PS doesn't seem to be able to chain stun his way through. However, here comes the dawning light. Does